Hugs and kisses. Hope you're enjoying your birthday, wherever you are. And I hope you're thinking about us, okay?
Such a goofy bunch. Happy birthday, Ava.
And on that touching note, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Allison and we're back in the bivouac again here in Cairn. It is approximately 10 p.m., which means it might not be the wisest idea to go fumbling around in the dark and potentially falling to our deaths, but personally, I am partial to a good, cozy nighttime climb every now and then, and there's going to be plenty of that in this episode, I'm sure. One of the things that I can truly appreciate about this entire experience is the fact that sleep is not a factor in our travels here. And if it was, then, you know, being pumped with more ultimate infusion probably isn't going to help Ava's matters all that much. But as far as things are concerned, there is a couple of different ways for us to ascend this split rock. And in my opinion, going up this right side is not the best idea. You're going to be depriving yourself out of a lot of really incredible items. And we're not going to be going all the way up here. But once we reach the waterfall, there's a camp that I would like to make note of, because if you already didn't really like the way humans treat nature, this is probably not going to make you feel any better about it. But that's okay. It is easier to reach from this side, I believe, but we'll climb down after we hit the waterfall. So I'm not too worried about it. We're just going to go here. And you might have noticed that our little baton might not emit nearly as much light as the staff you would get on lower difficulties. It doesn't really come into play much in this game, in my opinion. I think we can see plenty with this thing, and I can appreciate having, you know, that amount of difficulty added on to our travels here. But this, I do feel like, warrants a little bit of an excursion. It's also really not that hard to get up here. I'll do something like that. Unnecessary gymnastics, just because I can. There you go. That's alright, Ava. We got it. Let's just keep on going up, and you can hear some wind chimes. I think there's one you eventually find as a keepsake, and it plays every so often. I want to get on this side, I think. Not plant myself on the wall. Oop. Into the little divot there. There we go. Use that upper arm strength, Ava, because we have a shrine ahead. We pay tribute to Cammy's fallen. Please remain silent. Oh.
Sometimes you come for the mountain, and sometimes the mountain comes for you.
Damn. I don't think waiting here for any amount of time necessarily gets you anything, but it's a nice moment of reflection that really contextualizes just how many souls are needlessly lost in this mountain. And it's kind of sad that there's so many that are there when you consider that there's probably so many people who haven't even bothered putting things up. But yeah, you can see there's a kite there indicating a bivouac. We're going to be leaving for now. We're just going to climb down the old-fashioned way and make our way up the other side. Oh, okay. Nope, not what I wanted to do. Sometimes if you stand too close to a wall, she'll just start, trying to go down the wall side. Not quite my intent there, friend, but you can still try it. Waste this chalk a little bit. We're going to be finding so many materials in this upcoming area that even using up all of our infusions as we go, we'll still find plenty of herbs and things. So I'll try not to waste too much of our time going sampling through our inventory and whatnot. Here we go. Oop, interesting. Yeah, so let me see. I was considering how I was going to go about uploading this series, and seeing as how both recording sessions essentially amounted to close to an hour each. Oh my god, windmill arms much. We might end up doing some smaller, I guess, amounts of videos per week and just having longer ones instead. That's probably a bit more worth it than having, you know, a bunch of 30-minute episodes and whatnot. This is a game that goes by relatively fast, but at the rate we're going, it's probably going to be like 14 episodes or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm underestimating or overestimating, but there's a ton of optional things to do. Here, can I do this, please? Let me set you right there. I actually want, nope, this arm to go right here. And that's kind of how I wanted it. There we go. Beautiful. And we should be fine. Again, having a piton would make this so much easier. You get essentially a near infinite amount of them, and it kind of trivializes going down the sides of mountains to the extent where it just feels too easy. But it is a very nice comfort to have. And it's moments like this where I wish I did have one. But again, they do take up quite a bit of space in your inventory as well, even if you're, you know, rocking a backpack from REI or something to that effect. Atta girl, Ava. So let's go past the bivouac, and sure, I should probably start getting rid of some stuff in my inventory here. But this section right here, oh man, this place bothers me so much because this is like the one most fatal place I've ever been. For the ascent by cable car, please wait for an attendant.
Yep, but I'll be the guide today.
Yeah, so there's a nice little place under the old cable car there, and just like what was foretold to us in a letter written by, I believe, Roberto, a good place to set up camp, even though it seems like there's nothing really to do over there. Nice little dandelion. And a couple of really tricky places for us to try to ascend. You could skip all the way to the top, but what's the fun in that? Yeah, so if you try to jump onto a wall, more often than not, it will not allow you to cling to it. And that is my biggest thing, is that falling down this pit won't necessarily mean death per se, but it'll void you out, and it's not very fun. Over here we got a bunch of broken bottles, but also a torn drawing showing the other side of that bivouac point. There's a cave below with free music, which is kind of strange, right? Half-faded print. Interesting. Well, let's go and take a look at our stuff here. I'm just gonna go and do this. We also have some climbing tape that I should probably get rid of. I also might want to dump this ultimate infusion soon. I'm not going to need my gentian. You know. I also want to get this like caught down there in an easier way. Maybe it might be easier like that. Maybe I'll use the honey, because this is feeling a little bit bigger than you would think. And then maybe I'll toss on one of my drinks. Yeah, because I actually do want to bring what we just found with us over there. So let me just go and adjust just a spell. And we'll use some of our climbing tape once we get to that bivouac point. I don't think I turned on the auto turning just yet, but we can go and, you know, recycle all these. There is an achievement to recycle / compost. Man, that takes up a lot of space for being a plastic bag. Composting 10 items. It comes very easily, and I accidentally got it off screen. So it's not really anything to worry about, but in case you wanted even more chalk to your name, then there you go. Yeah, we should be all right. So I'm gonna go and take this nettle with us, and I'm gonna jump over onto this side. Anytime I've tried to reach for this green section right there, it always drops us. But this is deceptively more difficult in my opinion because of this little horizontal section for the green line. There's virtually no handholds there. So that might end up being a bit problematic, but a little bit of magic drink, we should be fine, because I'm all doped up and I'm ready to go. There we are. Good God. It's very scary. All you have to do is just jump. don't try to climb onto it. I have not seen anybody who... I mean, people say to press X or the climb button when you hit the wall, but it just doesn't feel like it does anything. Okay, let me go up. Yeah, can I make this actually? Might be able to do this. So this is where it becomes very strange. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna go under, I think, this horizontal spot. Just because I have the chalk, and it might be worth it to have more levity with our feet than anything else. But deceptively difficult, so don't sleep on it. Let's chalk again, since we're about to have a bunch. And can I reach? Kind of. Oh, you can do it. Nope, you got the grip. We're all doped up. Oh yeah, we're fine. Oops, can we grab that? This, actually I don't feel great about that. Yeah, just leverage ourselves up this way. There we go.
Oh, yes.
You got it, Ava. Ooh, yeah, we're almost there. It's a little divot. You can almost taste it, man. Okay, oh, that's not good. Reach for the stars and climb for the heavens. Just clamber up, please. Thank you. We haven't even made it to the point where the bivouac is. It's just right up there. That shouldn't be too bad. Red, probably, that actually doesn't seem like it's going to be that hard. It might almost, actually, I think it will take this path. Well, actually, there's a couple of different handholds to go across to the blue, and then I could reach that dandelion pretty easily, and then just kind of like shimmy onto this little spot here. Although I do feel confident I could do that. Let me take a look. Still 7 minutes for that. Dang. Should have probably kept trying to do some business there. You know what? Let's just do the hard one. I think I can do it. Should be that bad, right? There's a reason we took all those meds with us. Just to make life a bit easier for us. Just anytime, if there's like a slit somewhere, should be okay, right? Let me try this. There we go. I mean, we've done trickier things in the tutorial, so I'm not worried. Let me try this. Can I reach? There we go. So, yeah. I might actually go along the top here. Again, there are a few instances of handholds, but this feels a bit safer. I would actually be pretty impressed. Really?
Hey, Arthur, guess who's back? I'm sure you miss me terribly. I know that you are the one doing all the work. I'm quite aware of that. But we're a team, and I do my part too. So don't forget about me, okay? Give me some news. Anything. I'm really not asking for much.
Now is not really the time to be playing these cryptic messages for me, I know. Okay, that was not that bad. I was about ready to take a much trickier route up for virtually no reason. But here's a nice little spot for us to rest. And I guess I'll probably use this as an opportunity to just keep on banging up in here. Shoot. I wanted to get rid of this nettle before we went down into the depths, because there is a reason that we got that old torn up doodle down there. That is one doodle that can't be undid. All right, let's use this. Use the plastic, and we'll play around with our inventory as we see fit. And actually, let's just take a quick break. Why don't we? This will be a good opportunity to show off the finger taping minigame that we get to play. And it's a little annoying. So we're going to go into our settings and we're going to be changing one aspect about the gameplay. A lot of this is essentially on its default settings. You have your manual selection mode for stick, dial, buttons, rear buttons. I find that this is fine. You can highlight the limbs. That'll show you, which this is something I've been having more trouble with as I've been commentating. I didn't realize that I actually do get my limbs messed up pretty often. This doesn't really matter to us because we don't have pittons, and that's the main thing about these mini games is you have to time it so that you don't break it when you drill it into the wall. And finger taping. This is just one of those quality of life things, just like in newer games these days where you don't have to do button mashing or you just have to hold the button, you know. Holds feedback we don't need. It'll give you a square anytime you have a good hold, essentially, and then end game, which I'm not going to worry much about. So I'm going to take that. And luckily, the game is nice enough to still let you choose whether or not you can tape manually. So this is how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to rotate. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 rotations of the left thumbstick to rotate for one of these fingers. These will degrade over time, as you can see, but look how much faster it is to just automatically do it. It's just so convenient, and seeing as how you rarely have to re-up on these, they give you so much finger tape that you don't have to worry about this. You could probably make it near the end of the game without worrying about this, but obviously just taking care of it now. There's no harm in that, right? So we'll just keep on going. And luckily the game is smart enough to let us know that, hey, maybe you should consider, you know, not messing things up with your grip. And it's really not that bad. You can also do this in the field if you want. You can even rest. And later on, I think we do get a blanket so that it makes us nice and comfortable as we're sleeping outside. But it's not going to be as helpful than if you're in a bivouac, you know, protected from the elements. There we go. And last but not least, on with the thumb. So I think the more damage you take, the more messed up your hands will get, and you can't tape your feet, so that's fine. And our grip is in perfect shape. Is there anything else we had to do in here, necessarily? Weather's not going to be much of an issue. We have a little bit of extra space. I'm going to leave the dandelion where it is, and that way we hopefully have enough space to take care of what I wanted to. We're going to run out of chalk, but that's right, because there are plenty of things for us to clean up as we make our way down the other side of this cliff. Gabriel, I'm progressing more slowly than I expected. My mountaineering skills have never been a match for yours, unfortunately, but his search is just as fruitless. Where's that stupid flower? There's a village they saw at the start of their expedition, and is it worth the trouble? Yeah, I'm praying that this plant can raise the dead, and obviously he is referring to the pearly Edelweiss. And this is once again from our friend Roberto. Unfortunately, it falls on unkind ears. But there's the cable car. Definitely not in a great place. And if we go and check out the map, you can see there's quite an easy way of making our way down into the cave we saw. Yeah. We're going there right now. Abandoned bottle. So I'm gonna just climb down here and hope we get some decent holds. Or let me go over here. This will be a bit safer, I think. Use the last of my chalk. There's a little spot down there I can grab. And right here as well. Can I do this? Nope. Okay, that's fine. Just grab onto this. Maybe? No? Okay. That's fine. It's just, again, pitting would be lovely. So that is the way they want us to go. I'm going down. There we go. So this is completely optional. Again, it is one of the more interesting things that we find, but it does not enhance your lack of faith in humanity in the slightest. I already have a pretty low opinion of people in general, so, yeah. But we should be just fine from here. I'm gonna climb down this right side, I believe. We'll be just fine.
Great.
Yeah, it is pretty great, isn't it, Ava? Be a world-class rock climber. Yeah, we'll do this as well. Can I, actually, my left arm has caused me all manners of issues. That's alright. So all of our goods ran out at just the perfect opportunity because most of the time when you're in caves, you don't have to worry about climbing too much, but there are some sections where you do climb in caves, and it is very scary because they are tough to climb on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know exactly what you thought you might be expecting when you heard free music in the cave below.
If the bag fits, I'll fit.
That's what she said. But there does seem to be some glow sticks and a pit. So you could ostensibly just go ahead and shimmy across. I'm gonna jump. Ooh, okay. And we've got ourselves the Rave Cave. As is to be expected, there is trash everywhere. And there's extremely loud music that's like shaking the camera.
I need to worry about the noise complaints around these parts.
Yeah. Guess we should be picking up just a little bit. It's a backpack with some stuff in it. Ooh, the Bananaman B12 is pretty nice. I will take all of these for the road. But, yeah, it's almost done. We'll be able to start composting for a new batch of chalk here soon. But we can just go and turn that off and find ourselves some fireworks. Completely optional. They don't really do anything for you, but there is an achievement to set them off, and you can only do it at points where you know you have. Wow, I put that in completely terribly. In places where you can rest. And fortunately, there's one that's not far from here, but this is pretty great stuff because it's not allowed to be used in competitions, but it enhances your grit and your grip for 5 minutes. So very good for the amount of space it takes. And I might actually save that a little bit. Why not? We have a can of moonshine as well. And this is interesting, actually. We could take this to have, you know, enhanced temperature for 4 minutes and 4 minutes of grit, but it dehydrates us and it hurts. And honestly, I think if you just mix it with an herb, it gives you wings. So that's good, right? Should I take this? I think I will. Just go and get rid of that. Some of those. The fireworks take an extremely long time to, or a lot of space in your inventory. So, yeah, a bit of a shame. I'm going back to the backpack, grabbing some Alpine Cola. We can fill up on dirty cave water if we really felt like it. And I don't know if there was anything else around here. Just a bunch of trash. Oh, and some instant noodles. Do love me some nudes. Okay, so on our way out, I'll start using some of this stuff. But I might need to sacrifice my nettle to the booze gods. Whoops, I didn't mean to pick that up. Ooh, and we got a yellow yak. All right. So these actually, these are different kinds of noodles. They're very large, but still not bad. Yeah, clean some of that up. I know I'm wasting my burst, but that's all right. Plastic bag again. Okay, interesting. And I think that's essentially everything for us here. Doesn't look like we can climb to reach anything, even though there's some pretty cool stalactites, you know? Or are they stalagmites? I always get it wrong, because people say, just remember that if they're stalactites from the ceiling, they're holding on tight, but you could say the same thing for might, you know? Because they're mighty, and they're strong, and they hold on to it. Yeah, I'll just go and get rid of that. This wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to have either, because we're not exactly done here. No, sir. Yeah, I'll just go and drink this for now. And can I carry this all the way home? I would love to. Please. Just let me take it with me. All right, it's more inventory management. Sometimes you can just finagle it in just a way. This is getting pushed up. Should probably use the last of this infusion. I thought we were gonna find something else here, but maybe not. Oof, okay. Yeah, everything is just getting pushed up by this damn thing here. I should maybe just use my cola, you know? Yeah, because I don't think I need 2 of them, especially if I have the B12. You know what? Fine. Fine. There. I hope you're happy. I'm just going to be dousing myself in energy drinks from here on out. So did that help at all? I should also get rid of this honey. I don't think I really need it. Thank you. Look at how much space this thing takes up. Why did I put it in there? Okay, never mind. Whatever. Let's get out of here. So, You know, and just because you don't really get to hear the music in this game all that often.
This place is the best acoustics.
Just putting it back on for old time's sake. All right. So I think we're in a good position for the most part to skedaddle and climb down this pit that we found earlier. If you noticed a couple of mushrooms, you could also make some stews out of that, I believe. But I'm not going to worry about that. We're just going to go ahead and climb down here. And hopefully I don't die. Because this is just the amount of length that your pitten rope would have. Just being able to, you know, dig in from up here. You don't really have to worry about it. Yeah, we're fine. We have so many things maximalizing ourselves. Yeah. I think coming up is actually a little bit trickier though, funny enough. But let's go down slowly. And as far as even more optional things are concerned, this is probably even less so than the cave itself. But again, I think it does still garner just a little bit of attention. Plus, they might have been nice enough to leave us an item here for curiosity's sake. Can I reach that? Kind of. Yeah, we're fine. We are A-okay. And yeah, ooh, that is actually a lot higher than I thought. Didn't realize this pit went so deep, you know? We're essentially back down at the bottom of the mountain again. But we should not be too careless. There's no such thing as being too cautious when it comes to climbing, you know? And did we make it? Did we live? Yes, we did. Thank you.
Rest in peace.
Oh man, he lost his damn head here, but he also has a large bottle. This will hold 3 servings of drink, so I'm gonna go and probably just get rid of this one, use the last of my infusion there. And let's see. It might take up a lot more space than I think, but we'll see. So we should be just fine. I'll save this B12 still. Honey Dipper could burst a little bit. We'll be finding some sweet things up there. And yeah, I'll probably use this as well at some point. We still have 4 minutes until our compost comes back. Oh, it's just a small one. And I'm hungry like the wolf, apparently. So in here we've got booze. Local moonshine. No idea where it's from, but has a strong smell of herbs. Yeah, what about this one? This is also the same thing, but somehow doesn't offer nearly as... Oh, it's the same, actually. Huh. So it also increases our temperature. Interesting. Just like this one does. Okay. Well, I guess that was it. R.I.P. Sometimes you come for the rave, and sometimes the rave comes after you. I wonder if that's an actual saying that people in the rock climbing community say. I mean, you still have to be respectful, but I think famously, and they do a good job of explaining this via Ava's actions and her ambivalence towards her friends and family, especially, I guess it's her, it's like her agent is Chris, right? That's what I had assumed from the beginning conversation they had, but they never really have any back and forth. I don't know, I just feel like a lot of hard-headed climbers who just struggle with the humanity aspect of everything else. You see that in like all of the shows and movies about these climbers, and it's just like the hubris of man, you know. It's more or less what that accounts for. So let's see. Yeah, this is fine.
Yes.
So I wonder, will that booze be worth it? Maybe I'll use that booze in the bottle to make our mixed drink. I think as long as we just use any one of our stuffs, we'll be fine. Yeesh. Okay, we'll do some of this, a couple of those. Can I reach? Oh, I can reach over here. Yeah, this is fine. It's actually a pretty wide ledge. And there you go. Oops. Phase on through the wall just a little bit. Not a big deal. Oof. All right. So we'll leave that light going, and will I be able to make it? I don't know if you can climb up this side. I probably should have tried, but here we go. That's the side we went down, so let's crawl on out of here, and it looks like day has broken, but it could also be a little foggy. Well, this is going to be our last instance of a bivouac for a while, so I think I will go back up to it, and then we'll climb even further, and hopefully that works out for us. But just, again, same way we came, just to be on the safe side. It's always good to go to places that are a little more familiar. You know, I'm actually using some chalk here. We did leave that abandoned bottle up near the camp, so I can just start composting with that. Oh, and it's raining. Oh joy. Have we already gotten a conversation about this yet? I do not quite remember, but our grip will probably start slipping soon, and I think I'll probably start editing the series tomorrow. I'm kind of excited to see how it goes, and usually I wait, you know, a couple of episodes before I start the process of that, but I guess the earlier you see just how it's going to turn out, the better off it'll come. Actually, can I see something here? So I'm going to set you right here for a moment. You right here. Don't like that. We're about ready to lose our buffs. Okay. There we go. Somehow that worked. Oh boy. Ugh. Come on, you can do it. Why does everything just feel like it's at an angle like this? I hate it, man. Okay. We're fine. So from here, we still have about a minute. That's all right. Let's go and mix something up in the bivouac. Grab the dandelion. And actually, shoot. I don't know if it's gonna work the way I think it is. Let me see. So if I mix this with the nettle, do I just make stewed nettle, or is it like the gentian? Oh man, let's try it. Let's just see. We have plenty of drinks, but this makes us grog. Good old grog. At home with a sore throat, why not? But here, maybe not. It still gives us 4 minutes of temperature and grit, so that actually is pretty okay, you know? I might take that with us. I don't think you can necessarily get drunk in this game, but you can find yourself under the effects of something else far more heinous. So, thank you for that. Can't mix anything with either of those, which is fine. And as far as things are concerned here, yeah, I'm just gonna put you away. So luckily we don't have to worry too much about holding on to these fireworks for too long. I think I read somewhere that somebody did take these up to the top and there was nothing to do with them. So yeah, I'm not wasting that much space in my inventory for that. And I'm also not going to reward online Reddit posts for their shenanigans. But let's see. Do I have? I do. Actually, yeah, I think I can reach that dandelion pretty easily and then make my way up from here. But personally, I almost feel like going along this side will be a bit easier. So maybe I'll come back. We'll see how dangerous this is. Sometimes we're just going to not let me climb when I want to. Can I not reach that from here? Yes, I possibly can. Okay. You know, maybe I'll do this since my leg's already struggling. Nope. Okay. Sometimes video game physics come for you. Other times you go for the video game. I don't know. This seems like I'm not allowed to do this is the thing. This is why it's making me nervous. I wish I could just... Okay, let's do that, please. Sometimes I've found that has been more of an issue since I started recording this than it normally is. That's alright. This seems like it would be a great place to compose yourself. Oh shoot, did I make space in my inventory? No, I didn't. Oh, that's terrible. Okay. I can't do anything from here, but I thought that would have been plenty of space for it. Shoot. I guess I could go back. It's not really... Well, can I? There's like that little lip right there. I don't think I can necessarily do anything about that. Damn. This is a damn bit of a shame, because the dandelion would be pretty nice to have. And I'd like to re-up on my ultimate infusion. Yeah, that's not going to work. Shoot. Let me try this again. I'm just going to go back this way. Hopefully I can do it without losing myself too much. That's all right. Man, it just all of a sudden got really warm in my office. This game is pretty easy to run. I think I mentioned this before, but I did beat this on a Steam Deck, and I would highly recommend it. It actually plays pretty damn nice on that, even though it is a little bit harder to see with the resolution of some of the holds. Nope, nope. What are you doing, Abba? All right, fine, whatever. Well, that was a bit of a bust. Shall I get rid of something? I mean, I should probably eat my egg, right? You will give me an egg. Yeah, I'll get rid of that. I'll drink this. We have grog now. And I probably don't need the booze anymore. But this should absolutely be fine. Let me go ahead and use that one more time. That way we can just go into that. And I think I saw a plastic bag. Yeah, there we go. Just start composting something. And now maybe we can make it work. All right. I wanted to do this. And now I'm committing. I'm committing to the bit. But for some reason I can't go over there anymore. No. Ava. All this for a dandelion. Trust me, it is usually worth it. Oh boy. Okay. This is where I want to go. Please don't make this any harder than it needs to be. Maybe I will just go alongside that ledge over there. That might actually be more wise at this point. Thank you. Sometimes she does some micro adjustments that do help in your favor, and I'm not upset about it. But that's alright, as long as it's not like on the outside of the wall. I want to be on the solid ground. Black hole, solid ground. Surely this works, right? Will I be able to do this though? Thank you. Okay, so I'll reach for this. There's also some holds below, but this should be just fine. There we go. Stretch on over. Ah, yeah, we're fine. So according to the map that we, jacked off some dude's body. That's the wrong button. Yeah, that actually seems a little scary. Nah, we'll be fine. I do have faith in my abilities for the most part, but it's usually just an act of hubris. Like I keep saying, it's gonna be the death of me. That's not even anything I can grab. I don't trust that right leg there. Maybe I can't do that. As long as I'm not slipping Jimmy over here. Or in this case, slipping Kimmy, am I right? I think I talk about this in maybe Breath of the Wild, but Sarah and I started our Breaking Bad rewatch, and we finished it, and of course, moved on to Better Call Saul, which is, in my opinion, the superior show. And, oh, it is so good, man. And we're amazed that we don't remember there being a time where they refer to Kim as slipping Kimmy, because she starts kind of getting into like the same shenanigans that Jimmy does, and like, why doesn't he ever say it? But maybe he does. We just don't realize it. One of the other things we realized a lot in that show is how often they ask people to clear the room or to speak to somebody else alone. And it's just like, 30 seconds of people shuffling out of a room and being like, what the hell was that? Or something, It's just one of those funny things that you notice on a rewatch. Since, I don't know. It's interesting watching shows. I'm actually kind of nervous now that my stuff's running out. Whenever you watch them at different points in your life and you're rooting for different people this time around. It's just one of those things that you realize with age that things just get better most of the time. There's not a lot where I've been like, oof, that didn't age well. It's just like, it was more of a product of its time than anything. You know, I'm very glad that we are not being buffeted by the rain right now. It's another time we've gotten pretty lucky about that. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do here? We're going to put one leg right there. One leg right there. And I do think we might be able to just tank this. Let me see. Yeah, we're fine. Come on. Don't be slipping now. There we go. Right here and here. Now we'll go towards this left side. That seems slightly counterintuitive because there's a lot over here on the left. But we could just do something like that. Ah, shit. Please don't, please don't, please don't. Oh my god. Not here. Not like this. This is very... I actually didn't want both of my feet on that left platform. I wanted it on the other side. That was... Oof, now I'm like starting to sweat about it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the cable car that has been long abandoned. One fun thing that you can look at through here is the journey we've made to arrive. And in case we find something particularly interesting, you can't zoom in or anything, but I do think this is somewhere that we could see somebody also climbing their way up. Right? Can I do that from here? I'm pretty sure you can watch them climb for a pretty long time, but it might be different depending on how far in the game. Oh, there he is. Spotted. We found Marco. Is that him down there? Oh, there he is.
Keep walking, buddy.
Yeah, our buddy Marco. I have very mixed feelings about him because we will eventually run into him, but I'm hoping to have a better appreciation for his character as we get to know him more. So, very cool that we get to see him sort of start to climb up a bit and hopefully not run into some of the same traps we did. You know, that would be nice. So there's a very convenient little room over here that you can take a quick rest if you'd like, and there's a first aid kit. Again, the curry strips are amazing. This one's pretty good too, but I'm gonna head over here and read a note on the wall. Word of warning for the Rave. Rule number 1. Don't talk about the cave to anybody who hasn't received the map with the location. Rule 2. The access path is dangerous, not recommended for people with vertigo or claustrophobia. Rule 3. Watch out for the hole inside the cave, especially don't jump over if you're drunk. And 4. Bag the garbage, leave no trace on the mountain. Clearly they did not do that, but we're just now on the upper side of that bivouac spot, and there is one thing I'd like to do before moving on, and that's to climb into it. So believe it or not, that is something you can do. So from here, just set you up on that. Use the last of our climbing bits just for fun. There we go. I'm so amazed we didn't fall off there. That would have been embarrassing because that's not really even that bad of a climb there. Just sometimes the foots, and they get you. Foot physics, they are going to be the death of me. But in here, we've got ourselves some goodies, like eggs. And also an official document. By executive order, the Cami Cableway will close this day and forever after 66 years of operation. The gradual disappearance of troglodyte culture has reduced tourist interest in the mountain, making the maintenance of the infrastructure too costly for the natural park, and the safety of all harder to enforce. So it seems as though the troglodytes that lived here, which I think is just like a different name for a climbing society that just loves to live in the mountains, they seem to have moved on, or maybe something happened to them. But was there not anything else in here? I would have thought they would have, I don't know, given us some pocket change or something. Huh. Or maybe it's just that bit of information. I don't think we necessarily need the omelets, or the omelets. You can make omelets with mushrooms, I believe, as well, but believe it or not, you can actually keep climbing just a little bit. As long as, you know, I don't forget how to use my legs, my hammies. And it just takes a couple of climbs to reach the top of the tram and not slipping off, where we can take a nice little opportunity.
Watch me bring Urbex into the mountain space.
Oh, yeah. A beautiful place to set off some midday fireworks. What are we, in Texas? Look at that. Look at that. You can essentially light these anywhere that you can rest. I kind of wonder if you could go back down to that little waterfall cave and do it there, but let's do it. Man, I do wonder why the audio doesn't work for that most of the time, but we lit up the sky in the middle of the day, which is always nice. And now we can leave. There's a couple of different points for us to get up from here, but there's a waterfall and that cave. That is going to be your ultimate refill spot. And there are going to be so many items in there, you basically want to come as empty as you possibly can. Otherwise, you're just going to be in a bad position. And you're going to miss out on a lot of stuff, like the windmill leg kick that Ava is especially renowned for. So I want to make sure that we are nice and on solid ground, maybe? Does that work for you, Ava? Thank you. And you could try to jump for this. I don't trust it, so I'm just going to climb down normally again. And we are definitely going to grab those curry strips. I think that'll certainly go nicely. My entourage of items. And with the grog, I'm not too worried about our grit. But there's a ton of places for us to hydrate. So again, it's not really going to be the worst thing in the world. And I do wonder, do we have any herbs around here to grab? I almost feel like no. Trash can with some nudes, some goat milk, which I do want. And we're going to start by, yeah, we'll go and recycle some of these goods here. I'll go and use this for my burst. We'll hold on to this just as a treat. And we should be fine. I'm gonna go and take, the goat milk is a bit different than the berry milk, and if essentially you're going to want as much goat milk as you can find. So we'll take that. There's another bear-proof box with water and more climbing tape. Again, we're in no need of that whatsoever. Oats aren't super great. I think you can make like oatmeal. We'll take the water. We'll just go and hydrate. Ooh, that takes a lot of space though. Yeesh. Well, there is something that we can make with this milk in that cave. So, yeah. Oh, and we've also got one of these. Oh, the Alpine Cola keychain and some berry milk. Not bad. You know, I think I will go ahead and swap this out. It has been a minute. So, can we just get, yeah, there it is. Why not? I've been drinking quite a bit of that lately. I'm gonna go and use up my chalk so I can start throwing this in there. Make sure we got the right things. You know, I might also just go ahead and use the berry milk. It is rare. I don't know if there's anything specific we can make with it, but it'll help us compost. And there's a nice little item there. Some reading materials for us to continue on. A warning poster about local traditions. It's forbidden to remove, move, or even touch the small statuettes that you may find along the trail. We've seen plenty of those up to this point. I don't think you can really interact with them, so it's not really that much of a warning. There's also a poster about climbing practice. Nasty hand injuries are more likely to occur if you aim for poor holds and require extraneous effort. Yeah, I know. Try not to do terrible grabs if possible. And there's a photo contest. Would you like to express your artistic talents? Grab your cameras and share your best shots with us on social networks. You know, I think they actually do that. Ooh, and we can talk about the cave frog, also known as batrachians. Frogs are found all over the world, mainly in wet climates. Beware, their skin is toxic and any contact could cause side effects, so don't lick them, please. Disclaimer/warning, if you can read this. There's also the yellow-billed chuff. That's nice. They're solitary nesters, and there are a few instances before this where if you try to approach a nest and you see this thing flying above it, it will charge at you, and I don't want that to happen. Good news for mountain enthusiasts. The Cami cable car is now open. is it now? It seems kind of old. That's what you're touting here. Wonder the last time that was nice and updated, you know? So there's not really any need for us to take a rest. And as for the curry strip, I might be able to still make some room there. Let's see. Oh man, I think my backpack just adjusted at the last second because it showed that it was fine. I'll just do, oops, not the rest. I mean, it's nice, but it drains your buffs. I'd rather not have that happen. There we go. Okay, let's take that for the road, and we can keep on going. What does this say, though? It might be the same text we saw before. The upcoming equipped path will give you a taste of Cammy. Do not stray far. And always wear a helmet. Sure thing, man. I appreciate it. So we're good on the bear-proof box. We've also got a damaged recipe. So if you mix yellow yak and noodles, yellow yak and noodles, you'll get a nice little burst of energy. I think I'm alright. I don't need the tourist trap nudes. No thank you. Not today. Oh my god, I'm already struggling. That's why we don't take breaks in the middle of our climb. So, seeing as how we are not far from where we started this episode, what would be the best way to climb here? This is where the, it all ends. I wonder, I might just go up this left side here. There's this vertical crack right here on the left. I might be able to just use that, but maybe I'll start on the far side just because the game says it's easier. And I'll take my gentian. Okay. We are looking very pretty for some good infusions here soon. I'm just going to do this. And since we're already bursting, let's go use the last of our drink. That way, when we get into the cave, which is such a good replenishment point, we'll, whoops, put things in the wrong spot. Like my foot. In my mouth. Now, you notice this sparkly rock here. I believe this is parts of the wall that you can't put a piton in. It's just pure hard rock, and it's not any more difficult to grab onto and climb on, but you just can't save yourself if you need to there. And that's not, again, something that I ever worried about. Pittons in this game just felt like, you know, such a pittance, and I never found myself in any real danger. But let's just keep going here. Man, I swear, climbing in this game, it feels like it shouldn't waste this much time. I'm not saying it's a waste of time, but I do not feel like I've been playing this for 50 plus minutes. So hour-long episodes it might very well be. There we go. Yeah, I think I will just keep on going up this side. This would be a good idea. And we got the sights on our side. I also do feel like it's a little easier to see the slats and the sparkles. So, over here, take a quick rest, if she will allow it. Since there is just solid ground here. There you go. So from here, I can just keep climbing up and then kind of shimmy my way over to the right. I think getting right under that platform there would be pretty easy also. So let's go, yeah, I'll start here. And we have plenty of chalk, so we'll be fine. I always say that. You know, that actually should work right here. Nope. Okay. I guess not. We'll do this one. Yeah. Tiny little spots, my little feets. There you go. Nice, nice. Shoot. Yeah, I guess I'll just keep going straight up. That might be a bit safer, I think. I was thinking about heading over to the right there, but maybe not. Those little finger holds there. Here we go. Yeah. This is feeling pretty nice. This one. Nope. Okay, that's like the outside, which I was not looking for. But essentially, the deeper the hole, the better your hold. So, yeah, we're alright. That'll be fine. How about this? If I do that, you know. Oof. So this is going to be the tricky part, because these are actually not even divots. I might just throw on some chalk. Nope, 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 not right there. Yeah, you know, actually, we'll be fine. Just gonna go and whip you over there. And there we go. God, the amount of core strength you would need to have to do any of this is like...
Let's do this.
kind of wild. That's why we got the goods. And how about this? Not bad. That might just be the thing of this series, is me saying, how about this? Constantly reassuring myself. I'm not going to fall to my death. I do like that we have the benefit of the Pearly Edelweiss, but if we find all 3 of them, I don't know, man. I might need to get rid of it just to make space in my inventory. I might just hold on to the one that I had from the beginning of the game. But I think 2 of them are ones you might find fairly naturally, and the 3rd is just way out there. There are also other items that are definitely going to take up a lot of space that you might want. Like I mentioned, there's a thermos, and that's really nice because it keeps your drinks warm the entire time. And might just be worth it to invest in that. Okay, what do we do here? Shall I try this? Okay, that works. A lot of that. Continue the trend there. Oh yeah. See, something tells me the next episode is going to have another nighttime jaunt. Oh, don't like this. Okay, I'm almost there. I'm actually, well, actually, no, we're fine. I was thinking I was a little bit farther than I wanted to be. This makes me a bit nervous, though. Just gonna chalk up, and we're gonna hurry. Run out of juice, man. Nice little hoist up. I'll set you right there. Got this right. Can I do this? Yeah, there we go. So, can I do this? Reach up for that. Thank you. Oh boy. Do that. Now I'm just in like extreme concentration mode because I don't want to reach the end of the recording and then die. That would be just a tragic day. We made it so far. We explored, you know, the Rave cave, and then we're gonna start in another cave that I'm very excited about. I love this place. Now should reconsider. I am going a little bit higher than I should be right now. Huh. Yeah, I definitely should have crossed down there. That was my initial plan. Yeah, let me climb up to this little ledge here and recalibrate just a little bit because I'll definitely want to go into that. So I can reach for you. Kind of. There we go. Okay. You got it, Ava. All you need is just the one wrist over the edge there. Let's take a look. So I never ended up using this. I'll take that now, please. I still had a little... Ooh, you know what? Yeah, I should have used that way sooner. And then I'll have some of that. I am going to need to get rid of a lot of this stuff, though, I think. Yeesh. This booze I probably don't need anymore. Should I take it? One last second. I also don't need this egg. That's right. We'll be feeling pretty full here. I'll take you. And... just a little janky. Here we are. So I can definitely make it across this little bottom half here. I'm gonna save my chalk for this section over here, I think. So there's like no holds. No holds barred. Beautiful. Thank you. And I'll take one of you. Thank you. Just do some nice little crisscrossing here. Okay. So this is gonna make me a little nervous, I think. Can I reach this? I can. So now we go across the arms slightly. Down there. Right there. Okay. Feeling good. Feeling good about this. Okay. Now you can do that. You can reach you, and there. Okay. Unnecessarily gutsy, but that's okay. So now I am at an impasse. I need to go down slightly. So we can do that. We can do that pretty easily. We practice this one. This is number 4. of the... Oh my god, and now it's raining. Okay. It's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, number 7 of the training walls. Can I hold on to that? It's like this spot on the wall. Here, how about this? Oh my god, this is dumb. This is so silly. Here, how about... Let me set you right there for a minute. Yeah, we're fine, I think. Should be. Put my foot there. The game loaded something. Kind of nervous. Oh my god. I'm shaking out the bends, man. It's actually not what the bends is. Okay. So we go over here. Oh, we're fine. We got it. At least she thinks so. Oof. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trout Cave. For centuries, troglodytes have mastered several techniques, enabling them to be self-sufficient in food, from agriculture to foraging eggs on the steep mountain walls. Here, a fish farm supplies the surrounding villages. Since the troglodyte diet has very little meat, the fish in the pond are mainly sourced for celebrations and holidays. So this is where we could play a bit of a mini-game.
Hey, Climbot. It's time for a fish pedicure.
Yeah, of course it is. Fishing is a little janky, but so long as you just like aim for their feet, you can find a keepsake, and they take up a lot of space in your inventory. It's kind of embarrassing how much, as a matter of fact. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set up camp. We are about where I want to end this episode off at, but we'll probably end up spending a little bit of time here in the middle of the next episode as well. So let me see. I can go and fill this up from here. And we're going to be starting off with some gentian. Get our double infusion going. Have a little bit of fun. There we go. See, this on its own is already still pretty nice. But this time I'll make sure not to use it when I don't mean to. Don't want to use the grog. I can make something pretty good with the grog, I think. I just don't remember what. Oh, and by the way, I do think there is actually a thistle in here. So I'll make sure to grab that at some point as well. But I'm feeling pretty nice about that. Should I mix booze with the eggs? Nah, probably not. Let me take a look though. Yeah, we got some space. I think you'd be impressed by how much space the trout takes up in your inventory. We have some extra grit, but that's all right. I'm not gonna worry about that. We're actually going to want to get a little hungry filling up in here. And we'll leave some items in here just so that we can... Nice. When we come back up. Seriously? How? How is it still full, man? Just so that we can make more advantage of it when we go up. Man, this is... I've never gotten more than one in a row. Are you kidding me? How much space do I... Is everything coming from the bottom? Because that just doesn't make any freaking sense, man. Ava, you really got to learn like how to adjust your inventory a little bit. It's kind of annoying that you have to re-catch them every time your inventory's full. There we go. Oh my god, are you kidding me, Ava? Jesus, she must have lost her mind watching that tired actor video, the one with the square hole infamously. Now, which hole does the trout go into? Yeah, goes in the square hole. Ah, good God. Okay, let's go and make the one thing I wanted to. Goat milk made with some trout will lead to some pretty tasty developments, I would say. Cave-style trout, cooked in goat's milk, a troglodyte delicacy. No wonder why they all left. All of that for 2 minutes of focus. So it might be rare, but it's not all that effective. You can put it away and save it for later. That actually would be a better use of our space in our inventory, but we'll actually go and take that. And I think we will end things off here. So, ladies and gentlemen, next time in Cairn, we're going to be exploring a little bit more of this cave and seeing what else might happen to be in here, because there's quite a few items and we'll leave some behind, but we're also going to be going down a little bit and we're going to be seeing a bit more of that camp that I had alluded to at the beginning of the episode. And that place, I don't remember having too many great items, but That place pisses me off, and I do not like it. Take care, everybody, and hope you enjoyed it.